Welcome to Serenity here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nikki Tay.
And today we are reviewing Serenity.
Directed by Stephen Knight, starring Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. Serenity is a film that focuses on Matthew McConaughey as a fisherman who is obsessed with catching this big tuna known as Justice. That is until Anne Hathaway, his ex-wife, comes back into his life with a proposition to kill her current husband for $10 million. That is the movie. That sounds very exciting. It's like, ooh, it deals with a lot of questions. Will he kill her or will he kill him rather? What is he going to do in this situation? I think overall, Serenity is a good movie. It fails to deliver on some key things. I think there's some elements missing. I think the acting was phenomenal. I think Anne and Matthew played a heck of a job. I think the tone of the movie was fairly good. Pacing was a bit off, but at the core of this thriller, it isn't as suspenseful as I would have liked. And again, the so-called twist is empty. It's longing for more. Something more is needed.
I absolutely agree. It's crazy that I came out of the movie thinking the same thing. But like you said, I want to give props as well to Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. They did amazing. Not just them. I think everybody played their role phenomenal. I really believe that the script let the actors down because I believe that the actors brought their A game. They did everything that you wanted them to do in this movie. And this movie just did not deliver with the twist. I think I would honestly like to say sometimes with movies, I think the audience, the people that's watching it, would rather just have the movie be what it is. Sometimes I think the twist can ruin a movie. And in this case, I think I would have liked the movie more if it is what we thought it was. And really just to be that simple. Like, you go watch it for yourself. I think the movie would have been so much better if we would have just got a regular version of that movie and not try to make it more than what it got to be.
How do you explain that?
Dill, will you have yourself a good day now and do what's right, okay?
That's actually a good point. I think, try a few ways because it's really hard to talk about this movie without spoiling it because the element of the twist is so ingrained into a big portion of this movie. But to your point, the twist, they would have just let the movie be what it be. That would have made it better. I also think if they would have made it kind of like a flashback.
Okay.
Right? They took the approach. They said, hey, this is all this thing. And then at the end, we revealed, hey, twist. And it closes, it fades to black. We don't really get to know much more information than that. Leave us lingering a bit more. They kind of offered everything out, and then it's like, it's like looking at a Big Mac commercial. You really want to go get that Big Mac. You finally do, and you take it out, and it's like, it's nothing like the commercial. That's kind of where I was left. You still get a Big Mac, got what you wanted, but it just doesn't live up to expectations. And Serenity, unfortunately, you didn't live up. The movie is a great quality movie. The shots were good. The sounds, the soundtrack was good. But again, I felt like mid M. Night Shyamalan, early M. Night Shyamalan. And it's so funny because we saw Glass last week.
We did.
Where, it's The Happening and it's like, oh, the trees are killing us. And then they just stop. And it's like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And Serenity, it wasn't that bad, but it definitely leaves you with a, what the hell was that? Kind of feeling.
And the movie was very slow at the beginning. Really, really, really slow movie. And that's why I think you said the pacing was off. Because after it did pick up, I want to say after Anne Hathaway got there, it started to really pick up. And that's where the movie started to get in its groove. And like I said, this movie is not bad. The movie is good for the most part. But the twist it did take it down a few notches for me.
In closing, this movie has great themes. I think themes that it should have made more central versus the twist, kind of drive some of the domestic violence, abandonment themes. And this movie could have been more of a message versus a spectacle, which it tried to be. It wasn't a spectacle. But the twist tries to make it that, and it's not. And it hurts me because I do kind of like this movie, but I know I am not getting the movie I deserve. With that, and this was really tough, I'm going to give this movie a 6.9. I was kind of at parts like, this is like a 7.9, maybe an 8. But by the time a twist hits and then you see the rest of the movie, it's like, it kind of fell flat on his face. And again, it's phenomenal acting. The movie looks good, but it's empty. Very empty.
Serenity at its core is a great film. At its core, it is a great film. But everything that's in on top of and covering that core is garbage. All of that being said, I will have to give this movie a 7. I do think it's worth watching, but do not expect a lot. Cause I know when you see Matthew McConaughey and Hathaway, you think this is going to be amazing. I'm going to get everything I want, and you get some of what you want, and that's the biggest problem with this movie.
That completes the review for Serenity. Again, this movie is good, but it's just missing some key elements. And, if I was talking to the writer, I would have no ideas, really. I have a few, like I said, but other than that, not a lot of ideas to really strengthen this movie. I think this is just one of those things, like you said, it should just be played out, and then people should just be left with a face value of things. This was a hard one. This is a hard movie to make, a hard concept, but they tried their best, and look what they got. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know how you feel about the film. I imagine this is a movie that not a lot of people see because a lot of people don't really show Matthew McConaughey a lot of love, which is unfortunate.
It is.
His movies are really good.
They are.
This is not one of them, but you should still enjoy it, as always. Make sure you hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our reviewing content as we continue to roll in 2019. And as always, don't forget, you've seen it here.